Hi, my name is Tatiana and my channel is created by Lady T, and in this channel I talk about quilting, crochet, and sewing, and I give product reviews. Today I have a really quick tutorial, and what I did is I made these really cute journal pillows. They're little pillows, and I put a little journal in there, and I also created a bookmark, and I'm going to give these to some creative writing students and also a couple of friends. So I'm going to show you how I made these. It goes really quick. It's fun. It's a great gift to give if you have a writer or a student in your life. And these are really kind of cute. You could leave the journal in the pocket over here, and you can give them the bookmark. They could put it in a book, or they could put it in the journal, do whatever they want. They could even slip some more pens in here if they wanted to. They sit upright and they look really cute. So I'm going to show you how I made this. It's going to take you about an hour, even with the quilted bookmark. And it's fast, it's fun, and you'll have a great time making this. All right, so I've done some prep work for this. First of all, I have a little pillow form, and I'll give a link to the description, a link in my description of where you can get these small pillow forms. They're about 10 by 10, and they're really kind of cute. Then what I did is I did prep this. This is for the pocket, and I already sewed this down. I have to fix it a little bit. Okay, and this is for the pillow. That's going to go over here, and the pocket is going to go down there. And then I have this for the backing. Now this is going to be an envelope style pillow, and so you need two pieces that are the same to do that. And then I've prepped the size. This is 2.5 inches width, and the length is 10 inches. So it's 10 by 2.5. That's for the bookmark. And these are all 10-inch in length. These I'm using 10-inch squares, and I did put some fusible backing on this, and I have some fusible backing on the bookmark. You don't need it on the pocket. So what I'm going to do first is I've got this little, I don't know if this is a crocodile or a dragon. This is Tula Pink layer cake. So I'm not sure what animal this is, and please forgive me, I don't know the different animals. But what I am going to do is I'm going to quilt this. And what I'm going to do by quilting this is I'm going to come over here on my 790 machine, and I have a squiggly stitch. And I am going to be using my number 20 D foot. So I still have to finish getting this on. So this is the 20 D foot. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some squiggly little lines just all across for a quilting pattern. Okay, so I'm just going to go across like this. And I will do one at the corner, one in the middle, and another at the corner, and I'll do the same thing for the back. Okay, so I sewed these around, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the sides, and I'm going to square the edges a little bit, cut them this way. All right, so I'm done. I'm just flipping this over. It looks a little messy right now because I'm not done flipping it over, and I can't do this with one hand. So I'm going to use this point turner and I'm going to flip out the edges. So the pocket is already nice and ready, and my little animal is showing too. All right, so this is done. My little animal is facing up, and here's the back. I'm still kind of smoothing it out a little bit, but I'll fix that. But here we go. Now we're gonna make the bookmark. All right, so for the bookmark, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a little space here. I've got the pretty sides facing each other, and I've got the fusible binding in the back. And so I am going to put two pieces, two pins over here for an opening. All right, so I put the pins, and I'm going to sew straight stitch all around, and then I'm going to use this part to take this out and flip it over. All right, I turn this over. Now I have this gap. I'm going to close it up, and then I'm going to top stitch all around. And then I want to quilt this, and I'm going to go back to my machine, get out of the straight stitch, and go back to that squiggly stitch that I did earlier. All right, so I top stitched this all around. I got a little, made a little error here because my sewing machine got out of my hand. It happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the squiggly stitch here this way, and I'm going to go all on the squiggly, use the squiggly stitch throughout the whole bookmark. All right, so I've done the squiggly stitch, but I want to do another row of this and overlap them a little bit. It just doesn't feel like enough for me, so I'm going to do another row. Okay, here we go, and I'm going to cut the threads, and I'm done with the bookmark. And I'm done. There we go, and I put the little notebook in there. So I will have a link to everything I used today. These are Tula Pink cakes, whatever, layer cakes, 10 by 10 inch squares for the fabric. And I got the journals on Amazon, and I also got the pillow forms on Amazon, but I'll put all the links in the description, so if you want to get some, you can. And this is Tula Pink fabric.